Hi, I'm Bet from Bet's Makes, and today we're going to be making a summer fold card. This is going to be a lot of fun. So the first thing we need to do is get out some of the materials that you're going to need. You will see the list below as well. For this one, we are using a glitter cardstock, a light cardstock, and a medium cardstock. Plus, you're going to need some glue and perhaps some scissors. And also, you're going to need the template that we're going to be using. Now, we're providing you with the template with both the SVG and the PNG file. But because we're using our Cricut, I want you to use the SVG file because we're going to be making some adjustments. All right, let's move over to Design Space, and I'm just going to share my screen here. We are. So we're going to start a new project, and then we're going to go to the uploads, and that's where you'll see here the uploads. And the file we're going to upload is called Summer Fun Card. So I have already uploaded mine, so I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to come down here into the corner, and I'm going to click on Add to Canvas. So these are all the pieces and parts that we have for this particular make. Now everything is grouped together, so we're just going to ungroup, and you'll see everything just ungroup right here into the layers panel. Now I've got a couple of things I'm just going to move out of the way because I want to get to the text piece here first. So let me just highlight over this flower. I'm just going to move it up to the side. And I guess we can just move the extra little pieces here. So I just want to highlight the fun in the sun. Now, right now, you'll see it's all set for basic cut. Well, we want to group this together to start so nothing moves. And we want to change it from basic cut operation over here. And we want to change it to pen. And I'm just going to change the pen color. It doesn't matter what color you have as long as you have something. So fun in the sun, that all looks really good. It's a pen. Then I'm going to come down in the layers panel and I'm going to click on attach. All right, we have one little piece ready. Now that is going to go on the center panel here. So I'm going to bring down the center panel. I'm going to put the fun in the sun right at the top here. So that's going to be either at the top here or at the bottom here so you can write a different message. Well, I'm just going to put it up in the corner here, highlight the two of those, and I am going to attach them together. So now this is a piece that's all ready to go. Now on the two outside panels on the front, we have another piece of cardstock, and this is where I start using some light cardstock. And I use a different one for this one. So the two colors, they're all the same here. So what I want to do is I'm going to click and shift click. So I have the two side panels here. Just going to change their color to a darker brown. And that's because I want them to cut on a different mat. So I'm going to have this cut on one mat, this cut on another, and we'll worry about these other pieces in just a second. Now we have the card in the center here, but we also have two score lines, which I just clicked and it selected them. So you just click on it, click in the center, and you'll see that you have the two score lines. And let's just check in the layers panel to make sure that that is true. It looks like a basic cut right here. We need to change that to a score line. So let's just move down here and change it to a score. If I click away, you'll see that that's where it is. Just going to highlight the two together and group them for now because there's a couple more things I want to do. Now, we have two stems that are going to be cutting by themselves. Not a problem, so I'll just move those out of the way. I have my flower petal here, and it's all made of hearts, actually, and we're going to highlight that together. So what I want to do is create a backing for this because we're going to put it on the outside edge of this card. So here is the backing. So we're going to come up here now to offset, and that's a pretty big offset. Let's make it 0.125, 0.125, and that's small enough, and I'm just going to apply it. looks great. Now, all I'm going to do here is just move this out of the way, and I'm going to keep those intact. I'll just group them for now, and I'm not too worried if they're attached or not because they will cut out separately. So now I'm going to take the offset that we had, and I am going to arrange it and send it to the front. And see, I can have it stick out because when the card closes, we're going to have the stem come here, and we're going to have these leaves go right on top, and we're going to cut these out of some glitter cardstock that will fit on top of our card. So what I have to do is I'm going to take this piece, and I want the blue card. And I think it's up at the top here. There it is. So shift click. So I've picked the offset basic cut in black and the blue basic cut. I am going to weld them together. Perfect. Now, the other issue is it hid our score lines in behind, so I'm going to arrange it and send it to the back. You will see the score lines. Now what we need to do is take all of these together and we need to attach them. And that is so the score lines will stay together. Now that looks pretty good. Now remember our 4 little pieces here. I'm just going to highlight them. And I will bring those to the front. So when we cut them out separately, we're going to be gluing them back into place, just like this. Oh, that one needs to come to the front as well. And that's going to look really sharp when we close that particular card. Now you'll notice we have other petals so that we can form other ones, but only one other stem. And that's on purpose because we don't need anything else. Now we are absolutely finished here with what we need to do in Design Space. Now what we need to do is save this. And this is going to be Summer Fun card. And I'm going to put, I think I have a summer folder, so you can make a new collection for yourself at the same time. Do I have a summer folder? I have a summer challenge. So let's put it into the summer challenge and save it so I can find it later. Now, next step is we're going to come back over here to make it, and we're going to go on mat and continue. And we're just going to go through the mats to double check to make sure we have everything in order. Well, the inside panel has the writing on it with the card. That looks perfect. Now, the next one, we have 8 different leaves here, and we can put a piece of glitter cardstock as the idea here for these particular petals. So a glitter cardstock, you could use a pink or a red, whatever you decide you want to use. I am going to use, on these ones, I'm going to use a yellow. That will look really nice. And then we have more over here. And these 4 will be on a different glitter cardstock. In my case, I'm going to use a purple. So we're looking okay so far. Now, we have those 2 little panels that we have for the outside of the card. These ones will be on light card stock, so you'll need a separate mat because it's a different material. And then, of course, we have our 2 little pieces that are stems. Now they're on a different set because they're not going to be glitter. They're going to be on a medium card stock, so I'll leave those separately. And then the last one here, it wants a long mat because it says it's just a little bit too long. So I should have made it a little shorter, but that's okay. I can put it on a long mat. If you're concerned about a long mat, then you'll need to go back, and let's just go back and cancel, and I'll show you exactly what to do. Now, if you find that this is too wide, this says 11.629, all you need to do is go into the width here and put 11.5, and it should fit on the mat. It will not affect anything else that you've done. You will need to resave it. Click the little check mark, and I'm going to go back to make it. Back to here and continue. And now if I go down to that last mat, you'll notice that it now fits in place and it's ready to cut. So we're all good to go with all our different sizes of mats. Now I know there's 6 different mats, and the first one is a medium or a light cardstock, depending on what you want to use. Just make sure you use something where the writing will show up. If you have a pattern in the middle, then your writing's not necessarily going to show up. I suggest a lighter neutral tone one for this one. Glitter cardstock for 8 of those petals, and another color glitter cardstock for this one. A light cardstock, you could use medium if you wanted to for the outside panels, and then a medium cardstock for your stem, and then finally a medium cardstock for your card. Okay, we are ready to go. So let's just cut this out. Remember to select your device. I don't know if mine's turned on. It will discover the device, and then it will ask you for the type of material. So we're going to start at the top. So make sure you click at the top. It will always tell you pen basic cut. And it's just looking for mine. So I'm going to go ahead and cut mine. Remember to change your material every time you hit one of these different mats, because they're all going to be different. Now I have all of my pieces cut out. I'm just going to move my machine out of the way and turn it off. I used my Maker 3 today to do all of that. All right, so I have the card cut out with the little extra pieces. I have 2 sets of yellow petals, and I have a set of purple petals. I have 2 of my stems. I have my panels all ready to go, and then I have my inside piece as well. So let's start by folding our card. I've got the piece sticking out there. I want it to go to the front, so I'm just going to fold it and bring it in. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Now it's pretty easy. Now the next thing we want to do is we're going to put the panels in behind, and then we're going to glue the flower on. So these are the 2 panels I've picked. I have a purple on one side and a pattern on the other. I'm going to leave the pattern facing out. And for my glue today, I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue. Don't need a lot. You just need enough for it to stick into place. And we'll just simply put that in place. Make it nice and even. And we're going to do the same with the other side. This is a fairly simple card to put together. So we're going to be doing these panels first before we do anything else. Get it top and bottom into the edge. There we go. That looks pretty good. So we're going to be ready for the flower momentarily. We have one more panel to glue in the center. And it has the fun in the sun already in here. And then I can write my own greeting. Right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this one in place. When I'm gluing, I tend not to put too much in the middle because sometimes I want to write and I don't want these little lumps to form. So we'll just turn this over. And center it the best I can by eyeball here. And then we're just going to let that glue in place. Great. Now we're looking good so far. We're going to be doing some decoration now on the outside. I am going to be using my yellow. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up so it's easier to work with. Now we have a set way that we want this to go. And this looks like the fat one goes here. I'm just going to place them ahead of time to make sure that I've got them all in the right place. No, that one doesn't go there. This one should go here. And this one goes here. And finally, this one should go right here. That looks good. Okay, I'm just going to pull them off one at a time and glue them in place. This is going to look really, really beautiful when we've done this. And this is a tacky glue, so I'm going to be able to move it around a little bit if I don't get it in the exact position that I wanted. From here, I'm going to put a stem in place, and our stem is going to come here. So I just need to add a little glue to my stem. I'll just bring the stem in. We're right about there. Wow, that looks so wonderful. And this is going to close this way. Now, I know I have other ones that we're going to make another design, but that's going on the inside. So when we open it up, we have one that comes backwards with a stem and one with just the other pieces. So let's start by gluing some of that together. Let's not glue it on top. Make a beautiful card. And then I did the other one in another color, and that's just going to come over here, and we'll just place them and then just glue those in place. Now it looks like I need, let me just put these together first, make sure we've got everything going in the right direction. That one and that one. There we go. Okay, let's start with this one. Just two more pieces to put in place. And we do not have a stem for this one. You could make a stem if you wanted to, but the card looks incredibly gorgeous, just the way it is. Here with this one. There we go. And one final piece here. I probably could have picked, there we go. So here we are. Here is our summer gatefold card with some beautiful sparkly heart flowers. And as you can see, there's a fun in the sun, and then you could write your message right in here. So we close this one and we close this one together. So this is just absolutely gorgeous the way that we open it, because it has the flower on both sides and then another flower on the inside. So that is our summer gatefold card. I hope you try this and have a lot of fun putting it together. It is fairly simple and a lot of fun to do. So we've now completed our summer fun project, and this is the card that you will have made. This is so gorgeous. You have a flower on that side and you have a flower on this side as well. And then you can write your own greeting. So I have to remember to fold this one in first and this one on top. And we've made the outside edge right here so that you have a flower on both sides. So it looks really wonderful. So hope you had a lot of fun putting this together, and I hope to see you at betsmakes.com.